AJ, if you've got any complaints about the thumbnail, this would be the time to air them.
Well, I tried to call you before
know.
the show
Yes, that's right.
to fix that.
No, let's
And,
do this publicly.
I mean, I think it, if you want to be put on the spot, yeah. I mean,
always.
I think it's a beautiful picture.
I think so.
That's covered up with a bunch of
the whole picture up, yeah.
redundant text. I can't see the picture. I want to see this beautiful looking game, and I can see in the title that it is an Akira inspired PSVR2 game called Runner. It also says Runner at the top. I'm just
wow.
I see.
You really do have some thoughts.
I only see Runner on
I-
here once. I don't see any redundant text, but that's
Well,
okay. It's all right.
He's absolutely right. It's super redundant.
You see, Brian?
Yeah,
See?
but it's
All
good.
right.
It's fine.
Maybe everyone in the chat can help me out here. I see Runner, True and Pixels PSVR2 game, Akira inspired racer shooter, PSVR GAMESCAST Live. Oh. But you know what? Who am I? Who am I to make a thumbnail? I'm just a guy
Who am I?
making thumbnails.
You're Brian.
What is
you're
a
Brian
man?
fucking
What a
Paul.
miserable
What
pile
is
of
a
Start
man?
the show, Brian.
I know. I think we're just gonna watch this thumbnail the whole time. We're just gonna talk. There's not gonna be any
I'm
video
cool
of
with
us.
that.
It's just gonna be
don't do
here's
that
the
to me.
thumbnail.
I'm
Good
gonna-
luck looking at
I'm
the
just gonna-
screenshot. It's
I'm going to continue ridiculing this thumbnail.
Sci-Fi Game Cat Henry in the chat goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumbnail war. All right. Let's start the
I
show.
love it.
Here we go.
Let's start the fucking show.
This is PSVR Gamescast Live, where we film live every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. That's what we do here 3 days a week. You never miss a day of coverage. I mean, let's hope not anyway. This is only the second week we've been doing this. My name's Brian Paul from this channel right here, PSVR Without Parole. And the guys to my right, the boys, Dave from Dave Station. Ooh, I like that one.
I was just vibing. Yeah.
Nice. And that guy on the right-hand side of the screen is AJ from The Underground, PSVR Underground.
What is up, man? It's only Monday, but damn, Brian, you sure know how to make it feel like Vacation Friday weekend going on right now.
You know how to make it feel like Vacation Friday weekend. Brian. That's
Speaking
my
of
favorite time of the year.
Spring break, man. It feels like
Vacation
spring break
Friday.
right now.
it's spring break. Fuck this place. I'm going on break, man. Let's go. I'm out of
Down
here.
to Florida.
Oh,
Everybody
yes.
else did.
Yeah, for real. That sounds dangerous as fuck. In case you're
It
wondering
is.
why there's videos of Tornado on the screen, it's because it's her birthday yesterday, and I'm trying to celebrate
Aw,
in the best way
that's cute.
possible. She's the OG YouTuber, man, and so I was like, well, let's get her back on YouTube the way she first was presented to me. Adorable, man, adorable. Anyway, guys, we've got so much stuff to talk about, so let's get the ball rolling here. Make sure you guys join our Discord. That's super duper important. Click the link in the description. That's where this conversation happens 24/7. And that's kind of it, man. That's kind of it. I will say, if you happen to miss this morning's events, which is April's PSVR AF episode 1, there's going to be 3 days of that. Today was day 1. Tomorrow's day 2. Wednesday's day 3. Make sure you don't miss tomorrow's, man. It's more exciting to watch it live. We set it up as a premiere on YouTube so that you can hang out and chat in the chat, do the live chat thing, and watch it all together. Lots of premieres, lots of stuff, and that's actually where most of our news stories come from today. And the very first news story is, that thing that True and Pixel's been teasing for 2 weeks now? Well, we finally know what it is. It's an Akira inspired, as the thumbnail said so eloquently. Eloquently. Super
Yeah.
elegant. just like my vocabulary. Also, shout out to Jeffy.
This is going to be a
Condell.
fun show. I can tell it's going to be a fun show.
It is. Somebody send copy. We need it stat.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeffy Condell, thank you so much for the donation earlier before the show. Dude, it's called Runner. It's called Runner, and it's a PSVR2 game. What first impressions, guys? You saw this. I actually didn't share the trailer with you ahead of time. What were your first impressions, guys? AJ, take it away.
Man, I grew up loving games like Ghost in the Shell, Silent Bomber, Einhander, and to me, you just don't see a lot of these anime-inspired games anymore. And so I am thrilled with this announcement. Not only that, but you're on a motorcycle in a cyberpunk neon future with like giant robots, and I could not be any happier, honestly. I'm so happy to see a game like this because it's different and it's awesome.
I think AJ, for a long time, this is going to be as close to the FF7 motorcycle scene as you can get in VR, which looks like a lot of fun. I love the presentation on this, the way that they've packaged this trailer with all the cool visuals and stuff. Like, I know this is all going to be flat in the game in some kind of cutscene, probably, because how do you render that sort of stuff in VR? And if they were doing that, they would have showed us. But it looks incredible. The art style is like classic, Akira, Bubblegum Crisis, like all these old 90s animes that like they've nailed that so perfectly. I love it. I even if the gameplay was trash, I'd still be excited, but it looks like fun. Like what I can see of it, it looks like a really fun game. So Brian, do you know more than you've told us yet, or is it all in the trailer, or what?
I mean, it's all pretty much in the trailer. There's also like just a ton of stuff from like a press kit that they sent me, where it's just like, details like this, that there's 7 different levels, they're procedurally generated, so the twists and turns in the road, that's all going to be, like unexpected. So it's not like you can really learn a level and just be like, okay, I can do this, and then boom, boom, boom. There's gonna be bosses and all sorts of different weapons, and you can customize your bikes. I mean, this is like, it seems pretty simple on the surface, right? I mean, it looks awesome on the surface, but it also seems pretty simple. It's like, all right, well, you ride around and you shoot things. But it just seems like every time I look into it a little bit further, there's more and more and more. So, I mean, what kind of depth are you guys looking for in a game like this?
I mean, actually kind of what you were just talking about there, because at first glance, you see the gameplay, and it looks like, okay, this could get samey really quickly. This could easily become tedious, or not tedious, but like, just repetitive, yeah. So as soon as I heard that stuff about it's different every time, there's 7 levels with totally different like aesthetics, or maybe not totally different, but different aesthetics at least. And yeah, all that stuff about just it being a different run every time, I always like that in a game. So yeah, that's exciting stuff. And they've got the endless mode. Sounds like they'll probably have scoreboards and stuff. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is, you were talking about the FF7 G bike thing. Like it was definitely something I wanted to make in dreams at one point. There was an FF7 G bike experience kind of phone mobile game that was only in Japan, and it's basically the motorcycle sequence from FF7 redone. And I wanted that so bad, and I never got a chance to play it. So I wanted to make something like that in dreams. That was like, I finally get to experience it in VR even. And I love it when I don't get around to doing these things, and then a developer comes out and like just is like, hey, we're already making that game. First it was the chainsaw with Doom 3. Now you've got Truant Pixel with this awesome cyberpunk looking motorcycle like anime thing. And like, I don't watch a lot of anime, to be honest with you. You guys would know way more than I do, but the games have always been really fun. So I'm really hoping to see more fleshed out, like Japanese influenced gameplay here, because they've always had these crazy complex but really fluid systems as well once you get them down. And what sold me on this was simply like seeing the bosses, seeing that giant robot, seeing some of the dodging mechanics you have to do. The gameplay is ultimately what's going to really sell me on this game, but I love the aesthetic of it as well.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people in the comments right here now and also during the show talk about why isn't this a PSVR1 game? Oh, this looks disappointing for PSVR2. And there's so many issues on both sides of that conversation that I'd like to address. As far as PSVR1 goes, you'd be like, I talked to the developers about the controls and how everything's going to work, and about how steering and shooting at the same time is going to work. And I'm going to tell you right now that like if you try to do this game with move controllers, like you've really got to be able to turn around and shoot behind you. You go into this like slow motion rush mode, they call it, and dude, rush mode alone. Fucking, this is burnout, man, right? Like you do crazy dangerous things and you fill your rush meter. I love that shit. And then on top of that, like once your rush meter's full, it's like then you can slow down time. And when you slow down time, well, you don't have to worry about steering too much because you're going, it looks like you're going pretty slow. You can turn all the way around and shoot the guys behind you. You can steer with one hand, shoot with the other, do whatever you got to do. This game feels like it's custom designed for the PSVR2 controllers. So like, why is it a PSVR2 game and not a PSVR1 game? That's going to be your first answer more than anything else. Like, obviously, it looks like something that graphically could run on PSVR1, but the controls alone, I think, are really going to sell this. As far as the graphics go, and like, why does it look like this? I mean, first of all, I think the aesthetic is great, but but it's also like a year out, man. It's like they don't even know if this is going to be a PSVR2 launch game. Yeah, so they got plenty of time. They have not optimized this for PlayStation 5 yet. This is a very early look at the game, and if you want early looks at games, then they're not going to be quite as polished as a game closer to launch. So just wanted to make sure we get that out of the way.
When I first saw it, I was a little bit like, okay, it's a little basic looking and stuff. But then, and I was like trying to distinguish why it would be on PSVR 2 versus PSVR 1. But then you get once they start going, what I love is that you get to see the full city. You get to see the background, the backdrop, and it all looks really pretty. It looks like there's like, it looks filled out. So I was really, really excited once I saw that. I kind of understood a little bit more why it's maybe a next-gen game versus a first-gen game when I saw, because a PSVR game wouldn't be able to, most likely couldn't handle that depth of the thing. That was kind of like the jump from PS3 to PS4 was like you could have these open worlds, but you couldn't have much in them. And you also couldn't... you couldn't have a lot going on in there, and that was what PS4 alleviated, and now PS5 is going to do that for us with PSVR.
Yeah,
draw distance.
For sure. I want to give a shout out to Arlen Teodori with the $5 donation. Says very nice. What's up, Arlen? How's it going, bud? I'm so glad you tipped because now we get to test out whether the tips are working on stream, and it looks like yet again they're not. I'll figure this out one day. Thank you so much for helping us out, though. Whoa, no, there it is. It popped up. It worked. Guys, tips are working. I'm so happy. Oh man, yeah. So what I'm really curious to see is how different the levels are. They talk about 7 different levels, each with a different style, and a lot of it does seem to very much be like this one style they showed through most of the trailer. But again, I'm kind of as excited as I am to see that stuff. I'm also glad that they didn't reveal too much. It's like I don't want to get into this game and go, oh, I've already seen this level. I've already seen this level. I've already seen this level. So I think it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I just love seeing something different like this. A game like this is usually my cup of tea, where it's just I'm so tired of the same formula over and over. And having the anime integration and stuff, the music, they were talking about the artwork and the music. It all looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. It really got me pumped up. For having such early footage, they really knew how to sell you with that trailer. But yeah, it just all looks really fantastic, and it's been really fun following Truant Pixel since the early 2010s when they were just making dynamic themes and stuff. It's been an awesome journey to watch them kind of progress, and I'm just really excited for them and for us too.
Yeah, pretty crazy. You guys, I do want to address people saying that there's a lot of popping on the stream.
The audio, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Rode even said he heard it earlier, which I'm it's shocking because it must be a YouTube thing because this and
weird. That's a weird feeling.
Yeah. All right.
Inception.
I wish I could tell you what's going on because again the earlier stuff wasn't even a live stream; it was a premiere. So if it's horrible, then I apologize. Hopefully YouTube will sort itself out. Whoever's got this sound.
So it's not the popcorn maker that you got Tornado for her birthday.
No, I got her a floppy fish thingy that I haven't even given her yet because I've been so busy.
Yeah.
Oh God, when she finds out it was her birthday yesterday, she's gonna be so pissed at me. So not too bad. This is actually the way the show closed, and again, this was for me. This was super exciting. What my question is why why don't we have a game like this already? Like even something similar to it. How do we go almost 5 years on PlayStation VR without getting something similar to this?
Well,
Maybe.
we know the answer to that. We had stuff. People were making comparisons to this. I know a lot of people still ask about Monowheel, and we had like something like Monowheel, and it's hard, man. It's a hard industry to, unless you have just like endless money and resources. With Monowheel, they just got revived by some major funding, and then the pandemic happened and they lost it all immediately. And so it's just everything has to come together for it to work. And so we are so fortunate to have video games and to have such a thriving industry right now, and to be able to do stuff like this. This isn't it's still a lot left to prove. And there's not like, oh, I can just use what this person did before. We're missing a lot of stuff, Brian. We're missing lots of genres.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff still yet to be done.
Well, it's interesting to note also that we had said, man, why don't we have sports games in VR? Where's the sports games? And then True and Pixel came out of nowhere with 2MD, which kicked ass. And I don't even like football that much, but I like that game. That's a great, well done game. And so this is another genre that hadn't been checked off yet. And they're like, all right, let's give it a shot. We'll do that thing. So shout out to True and Pixel.
So maybe after this, they'll deliver a JRPG for us.
Could be. Well, we just got that one from VR RPG Inc.
Yeah,
the other day,
how selfish are we? how dare we ask for another VR RPG so soon?
Now, I want to agree real quickly with some fat game cat in the chat here. He says video games equals very cool. I agree with you. Video games are very cool.
Basically,
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
100%. So again, guys, make sure that you join us for PSVR AF Day 2 because you don't want to miss out on any of the stuff as it goes live. And of course, then we'll be here Wednesday to talk about all of it. But this, of course, wasn't the only announcement. This is actually the way we ended the show. Kicked off the show with a little bit of Swordsman VR, which now, in all fairness, the update was supposed to be out today, but Alec contacted me last night. It was like, hey, I don't think it's going to make it. We're going to delay it a couple days to make sure that it's all on the up and up and that it's everything that people want. So delayed by a couple days, but he said it still will be out this week. So if you're upset about the Swordsman delay, don't be that upset because it is coming very soon. What do you guys think of what he showed off, man? Obviously, it's the Dismemberment and Pirate update. Is it everything you wanted it to be?
It looks like a ton of fun. Yeah, I mean, and the little things like steering the ship and firing the cannon. It looks like he's added a little bit of gameplay mechanics and stuff on top of just the normal, shooty, stabby thing. But I love the look of that new gun too. In terms of shooty, stabby. Looks like a lot of fun. And yeah, a boss fight is always good. Kraken looks great. Like the detail on it, the way it moves, the animations and stuff, I was impressed by. It looks great all around, man. And a free update once again. So, Alec, you're killing it, man.
Yeah. AJ, he mentioned the cameo by PSVR Underground.
Yeah.
That was really sweet of him, man. Thank you, Alec. I'm so humbled, to be able to provide. I didn't do very much. I didn't do anything. It's all Alec.
Star of the show. You heard him, man.
All about Alec. I barely did shit, so don't get too excited. But no, man. I'll tell you what, though, there were still some surprises to me. Dave mentioned it just for a second. The gun blade, the gun sword is what he's calling it. Holy shit. That would really, really surprise me. Again, most people know I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, and it is rare. It was one of the things I loved about Final Fantasy VIII was you had a gun blade, and it was so fun to use, so cool to use, and to actually be physically wielding this thing, and getting to shoot people and stab them and stuff at the same time. That really, really blew me away. I mean, this was more than just, oh, here's a new setting, a new bunch of enemies that just come at you. This has Dismemberment. There was some Kraken that was shown. There was a pirate boss. There was other pirates. There was the gun sword. So much stuff going on here. And he's just so good at presenting it too. It's amazing. He really knows what we like to see, what gamers like, and really knows how to make it flashy and fun looking. And damn, man, I am super super excited. I always said Dismemberment is a game changer for Swordsman, and I was like, and I know everybody's been telling me that once they add Dismemberment, they're going to pick this game up. Now's the time to pick this game up. It's coming this week. It's only $20. Couldn't be a better time.
Right. I mean, such a work in progress, you know, like I felt like he delivered something that was, you know, totally fine out of the gate. You know, I don't know what I gave it, a 7.75, something along those lines. And I was like, yeah, it was good. But, you know, then the zombie update came, the Claws boss fight. There was just, it just feels like every single week there's something different. And then this is just ridiculous. Shout out to Scott Jessica, PSN Harry Fella, GameCap for Life with a $2 tip says, here's another tip. Don't eat yellow snow. That's a good tip. This is something different though. You know, as much as I love the zombie update, and I was like, ooh, this is like kind of my vibe. This is radically different. This is not only gives you a different way to play the game, but you know, being able to unlock that gunblade gives you another way to fight your opponents. There's a boss battle. I mean, like this is just ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And like I mean, yeah, if you've been holding off at this point, I would say it's going to be time to pick it up this week. I can't wait to get in there and stream it again.
Donatello, the scientist game cat, says, I want to chop off a head and kill the next guy with the head. Did you notice the other thing that he mentioned about this? We've missed something here, guys. Is that not only that you can, there's dismemberment of the forearms and I think the head, but you can pick those up. And like in the trailer, he fucking slaps a dude with the severed hand, and like just slaps him, smacks him. That's incredible. Like that is so impressive to me. That's some Saints and Sinners level shit right there.
It was half the fun of Killing Floor Incursion was just slapping guys with hands.
Oh
yeah. I'm I want to know this. Like he starts the trailer off and he's like steering the ship. I was like, can I just go and like fuck with that wheel? Like, can I steer the ship? Is that gonna actually be a part of this? I mean, I'm assuming he just did it, you know, for the trailer and stuff to make it look nice. But you know, I'm really curious because you know there's cannons here, and like I'm thinking that part of, you know, obviously getting through the stage is interacting with the cannons and making sure you like, you know, keep the Kraken at bay. So like how much that is involved?
I'm curious. Yeah, but it definitely looks like at least that part, maybe not the steering, but the cannons definitely seem like you're going to be operating them yourself from this trailer, which is really cool.
It seems like it's used to fight off the Kraken is what it looked like. Yeah. And so that's, you know, in the Santa Claus one, you had to kind of just avoid the stage stuff. They've added mechanics to this now to where, you're going to have to be fighting people, fighting the boss or something. Now you're going to have to be using the cannons to fight off the Kraken or whatever. It's so, and the ship and the Kraken and everything looks so good too.
Yeah. As you said, like the more that you can do, I think this was one of my big complaints at launch was all the arenas are like identical. Here's a big square to fight in, and there's like not really a whole lot of differences between them. So you know, knowing that when there was the Claws one where there were pieces of the glacier like falling off or the iceberg falling off, and that was like a environmental hazard. I was like, that's so good, man. That's so good, and it was a great step in the right direction. And then this is like even more so. You know, I see the ship filling up with water. I see the Kraken. I see the cannons. I see all this stuff, man. And it is like this makes each stage different, and that's and just makes it special. And I want to see more of that. I'm really excited.
Yeah, that dismemberment's going to translate over to the other modes as well. Brian, I just texted you too.
I saw.
But that's going to translate, I think, the most to the zombie mode. The zombie mode, I feel like, is going to be the most fun to have dismemberment. But yeah, this is huge, man. This is such a big update. Really great looking.
Absolutely. So we'll see that certainly a little bit later. This week, guys. We have breaking news.
We also have a couple tips too.
Absolutely.
Breaking news.
News.
Let's take care of these tips because I need a second anyways. J Meow with a $2 tip says, can't wait to watch this tonight. Rye Pop is a fish. Just join us on Discord, man. Like, these two constantly going back and forth. They're adorable. Your Long Shadows with the 50 not on K Panic. You don't 50 not on K-Panics. No, you don't. If they're,
It's
if they're
Norwegian crones.
I know. I'm just trying to come up with something funny. If there's
North Koreans.
if there's any justice in the world, this becomes the next bar brawl. Is bar brawl?
I don't know what the first bar brawl was, but
Was it
bar brawl?
I'm
Nope.
not sure. That's it. I mean, drunken
And-
bar fight, maybe. Also, shout out to Red Rover, the effing game cat, with the $30 tip says Dismemberment. Old school.
You earned it.
Dismemberment, 'tis merely a flesh wound. Can you pull my wallet out of my pocket for me? My arm is missing. I love it. Looper, the game cat, with the €2 says, what does AF stand for?
As Fisk.
Yeah, it's just PSVR is Fisk. If you're not in the Discord, you have no idea what that means. You should join the Discord. Click the link in the description.
Okay, what do you guys think AF stands for? Wrong answers only. I'm seeing artificial fedoras.
Whoa,
That's a good one.
It's good.
Donatello says ass fun.
Ass fun.
Donatello, get your head out of the gutter. Oh, distracted is even worse. I'm not even going to read that one.
No? Okay. That's too bad. All right, guys. Let's do. I was gonna say breaking news report. It's around here somewhere. You know what? I'm just gonna go with this one. There we go. Guys, breaking news. Alvo just got a release date. We've been talking about Alvo for a while, like a really long while, and we're really excited to announce that it's coming out in just over a week. God, I don't have my math correct. It looks like next week, next Tuesday. Looks like it's gonna be April 13th. That just got announced. The trailer just went live on the PlayStation YouTube channel. So congrats to everybody over there at Martin Pole. Congrats to Steve. This has been a long time coming. I mean, years and years in the making. I remember that when the 2018, there was a trailer in 2017 that went live that said coming in 2018. I mean, that doesn't tell you what a long haul it's been.
Well, yeah, and we didn't even believe this thing would ever exist or come to fruition, like as a playable game for a long time.
Yeah.
And to see the state that it's in and how much work they've put into it and like the community they've built in the beta testing phase already, like it's going to be a good one. If you aren't already keeping an eye out on it, keep an eye out on it, because if you have an aim controller, you're going to want to play this. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. And I haven't spent much time with the Move controllers in this game, but a lot of people have, and a lot of people swear by the Move controllers.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a little atypical from what I understand. I think they currently don't have the two separate hands. It actually kind of acts like a movement and an aim controller almost. But they are going to have the two-handed thing eventually. But yeah, right now everyone is still saying it's really good the way it is. Shout out to Mad Max, the Game Cat Alley Cat with $4 tips. Says, sorry I'm late, guys. Witness. Haha. Alvo News. They stopped in at just the right time, man. Thank you so much.
Shiny and chrome. I witnessed thee. Yeah, Dave knows.
Yeah.
You need to catch up on some of these movies, Brian.
Yeah, the last Mad Max movie, so good.
So
One of the best recent movies.
Nice. Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever seen, and this is obviously embarrassing to admit, I don't think I've ever seen a Mad Max movie.
you don't like
That's the
action
only
movies, I
one
get
I've
it.
seen, actually. That's the only one I've seen. There's also a 3D version that's pretty fun. They did a good job on the 3D conversion.
Dizzy Cat says Alvo Beta top 10. I don't think we're gonna start including betas in the top 10, but luckily we're only about a week away from the
If
actual
we had
release.
the top 10 betas, it would be in the top 10 betas. Dreams would be in there, of course. There's a few other ones, but Honor and Duty, D-Day would probably be in the top 10 betas.
We don't get enough betas over here in PSVR land.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Oh my god. All right, guys. All right, back to the news at hand. Guys, Alvo's gonna be here next week. It feels like a dream or something. Is this real life?
Alvo is happening next week.
It's craziness. All right, guys. Next news story is actually part of, again, April's PSVR AF, and that would be, I know you guys are super crazy excited about this, but there was a huge reveal by Actum Games, and I want to thank them personally so much for being part of the show. Pets VR, man. Pets VR. This is a virtual pet game. I think it seems like it's going to launch with just the dog that AJ hates the look of, and you take care of it. Yeah, I mean, how much is this?
I hate that dog like I hate thumbnails. Like, it just bothers me.
Dave, let's ignore AJ for the time being.
I'm cool with that.
I've got some good things to say.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to hear what you have to say about this. You haven't had anything good to say yet. What do you think, Dave? Is this something you need in your life?
I hope it's more like the classic, like Nintendogs or like virtual pet style than we've seen on here. Like, because we had that one cat game where it's just like all these insanely hard mini games where you have to catch the little cats and do all this shit that's not really raising a pet.
Right.
And it's just like, put the poop away, get rid of the poop, feed the cat, oh my God, feed the cat, poop the poop. Like, if you can actually build a relationship with this pet in a virtual way, people like that shit. Like, I think it's a niche that could be filled here. I really just want Neko Atsume VR to come to America.
Yeah.
But this
So
will do in the meantime, I think.
Yeah. AJ, say something nice.
So, I still do hate the look of the dogs.
But he's so cute. It's adorable. Did you hate Blue's Clues too?
He's got this like.
Did I hate? I didn't watch that, but no, I didn't really hate the way that thing looked. But it's kind of similar in a way.
Well, we're not the target audience
but
either.
Look, man, this is the thing. I care about gameplay. I care about like that first and foremost. And you know, this game is absolutely probably not for me unless you can like train it and put armor on it and like have it fight your friends like Digimon or something. Like
it's just a little dog. They don't do that, man. They don't do that.
But I was happy to see that there was like the house, like there was the whole house. It had like all this different stuff, like you said. There was stuff to change it into and make it look like, and it looked like there were some mechanics around the house, and it was a decent looking house. So, it's not for me, but there were some good looking things there mechanically. I don't know. It's not for me.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, we're not the target audience for this thing.
I played
I love
guy
but...
where I have a like 50-foot tall dinosaur that I can ride around and fly to different planets and feed it and pet it and stuff. So, you know, just on a different level.
Yeah.
You're too good for this game. However, Nintendogs was one of my favorite games during that era. I love the idea of like, you know, taking care of pets and raising one and making sure that it was okay and playing with it and like making sure that my pet was happy. I mean, I've got a real pet now and she's never happy. She just like looks at me constantly and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know." And so I don't know if I need another one in my life, but I love this kind of stuff. I had a Tamagotchi as a kid, or what's a Gigapet.
Dude, I loved Tamagotchi. I had a little Pikachu Tamagotchi that I fucking loved that thing.
So I don't think this is one of those things that like you're going to play for like 6 hours at a time, but like I sort of like the idea of having this just like sort of on my desktop or on my my home screen and jumping into it when for like 5 minutes a day and just being like, oh, let's play with my virtual dog. Let's teach it a trick. Let's feed it. Let's make sure it's doing okay, and then bounce off to something else. Play an actual AJ game. After I've got my little dose of iCarly. Fun little cute game. Nothing wrong with it. So a little curious to see where that ends up. I did see a lot of cool comments from people saying that their kid when they were watching the show thought it was great. We saw Todd the Muckin Kim Gat said Princess Tegan said she was really looking forward to it and excited about it.
Approved by Princess Tegan.
Yeah, not all games get that. Absolutely. Yeah. So man, it's gonna be fun. Ooh, Saturday Night Live stream. Haha, you're already signed up for Pets VR during your Saturday Night Live stream. Ben Dawson knows what's up. I love it. All right. Maybe not the highlight of the show.
And also, relevant news. I think I just read recently that a study came out that says VR is actually okay for kids under 12, and there's not so much to worry about as they thought there might be originally. Good. So, if your kids think this looks exciting, look up that study, and if you feel comfortable, throw them in that thing. They might have a good time.
I thought Dr. Dave for a second was going to be like, "It's okay. You can put your kids in VR." He's like, "I'm telling you right now, it's fine." I was like, "All right."
And they put the nanoparticles in the vaccine, and it's sorry.
So anyway, this is that. Why did Red Rover? Why are you asking? Why is there a question mark after iCarly? There should be an exclamation point after iCarly. We all know it's my favorite show. Also, shout out to Truant Pixel who's hanging out in the chat. You're awesome. Really appreciate you letting us debut your game. This was hopefully a big deal for you, but it felt like a pretty big deal for us over here too. Like sharing in the excitement.
PS5 4K gameplay, very good idea here. Says, I want PSVR, but with chameleons and other exotic animals. I know people out there in our community, like, isn't Yuki a big reptile guy? He'd probably play the hell out of that. Yeah, that would be fun. Like, let's expand beyond dogs.
I still think the dog looks like a cat. I still think it looks like a cat with dog ears.
I think AJ's only seen one dog in his life, and it's his dog. Your
dog does not look like a cat. Your dog definitely looks like a dog.
Right, big ass dog.
Mm-hmm.
Rock's a dog's dog.
Suspicious dog.
This is more of a cat's dog.